Hola! So today in DML we are going to be taking a look at how to breed the new dragon of the month, Mr. the Moon Dragon. So the Moon Dragon is of course the new month's dragon of the month, and he is a legendary shadow and light dragon. So light could have some use as a sort of mid-game team until you get divines and ancients. But the moon here, of course, a lot of people want to get hold of him because he's part of the yearly collection. And in-game, if we click how to, it tells us that we need to breed together dragons that have fire, wind, earth, and plant. And of course, you could use so many different combinations, but today I have cut it down to the best breeding combinations for you to use to give you the best chances of breeding this dragon this month. So, to start off with, we have our first breeding den, and our best friend DML planet is going to come in handy here, because of course, like I said, there's lots of different combinations you could use, but DML Planner helped us to decide on what the most optimal breeds are going to be. And so the very first combination that I would suggest for you to use would be the plant and tribal combination. The reason being that you can see right here, remember, I don't have avocado unlocked. That means there are only 4 possible outcomes that, aside from the Moon Dragon. So if we take a look at this combination in game, so I'm going to type in my plant and tribal, and my tribal's level 50 because you have to level them up for enchantment breeding. You'll see that this is the case. 4 possible outcomes, and the moon being one of the possibilities as well. The thing is, with this combination, you'll notice that it has a really high average misbreed times, 12 hours, 6 hours, and 4 hours. So this combination is better in the sense it's got fewer possible outcomes. But if you're going to be away from the game for, say, 6 hours, 8 hours, this is probably going to be the best combination for you to use. And I'm also going to be throwing in a double egg relic here. And let's go and do our first breed. We were not successful on attempt 1, so we'll have to wait another 6 hours, or we can just skip this one, which is what I'll do in a second. I've also got my second breeding den here, because that's not the only combination that we can use this month, of course. The second best combination that I would suggest would be, if you have it available, the Palm plus Fire Dragon, because there are quite a few more possible outcomes with this, but the average misbreed time is a lot lower. There's still the chance of breeding the Orange Dragon, but aside from that, all of the other possible breeding times are an hour and 12 minutes or below with VIP. So again, if we pop this combo also into our second breeding den here, we can take a look at it in game. So there are these two, and we can see it here, orange, and then the rest are just like elephant, harpy, tribal, and then a bunch of other dragons with super short breeding time. So that's why this combination, even though there's more of them, it will on average still be a very good option, and will still give you a very good shot of breeding the Moon Dragon. It just means that you can come back and breed more frequently than you can do on average with the other combination. And so, if you are a new player, then the third combination that I would suggest for you to use, this is if you've got no epics, no rares or anything, then the Seed plus Lava combo is still a great one for brand new players to use. And again, if you really want to get your hands on the moon, then no matter what your player level is, as long as you've got wind, plant, earth, and fire unlocked, there is a combination for you. Again, if we take a look at the Seed and Lava Dragons in-game, you will see that once again, we have quite a few possible breeds that can come out of this, but especially if you're a newer player, you can get a hold of some epics like the Orange Dragon. There's also the Sunflower Dragon that you can breed, and of course, Breeze Rock and Tribal. So if you don't have any of those dragons, this would be a really good combination for newer players so that you can get your hands on some of the other options. But I am indeed going to use the second best combination in this second breeding den, because I'm not going to use a worse combination for no reason. So I pop this Fire Dragon back in. No, wrong one. Abort. And Mr. Palm. Again, you can always double check if it can actually give you the dragon that you want by just clicking over it. There is the moon. If we breed these two, we did not get the dragon that we wanted, but we do get to choose between 2 eggs. And the thing is, Harpy, if you want to get it for Dragon Master Pass points, you can take that. I'm actually just going to take Harpy for now. But, of course, the main thing with breeding is that you can level up your dragons, like how I mentioned that my tribal was level 50, and leveling up your dragons does help. So it's highly recommended that you level up your dragons at least above level 5, normally I'd say up to a very max of level 30, and then you can breed with those dragons and give yourself a slightly boosted chance of getting the Dragon of the Month. So I am actually going to skip this timer, and we are going to go for another attempt. Because the difference between whether a lot of people get the Dragon of the Month or not is that many people rebreed and rebreed and rebreed as often as they possibly can. If you're not rebreeding, you're going to really screw over your chances of getting the Dragon of the Month. And again, next attempt, still not a success, and you might be not successful 30 times in a row. But the important thing is that you keep coming back and trying, using all the things you can. If you've got Chronos available, it's a great time to use Chronos. But if you are going to use Chronos, make sure that you collect all of your other timers and things like that. So we've got Ruin Chests. Make sure you collect all of those bad boys up. Food, if you've got 6-hour food in, it's also a great time to collect all of that. And then you can skip all of your food, you can skip all of your ruins, and you can skip your breeding times as well. So that's how you can get the most attempts and the most value out of your time skips, which I will do in a second. But overall, remember that legendaries do have a 2-day breeding time, 1 day 14 hours with VIP 2+. So if you do get a 2-day breeding time, damn it, that is not what I wanted to do. Well, ignore me, I've accidentally clicked the wrong food. Well, that was, at least it was the thought that counts, right? Well, don't be like me. I looked away for 1 second and I'd already clicked the wrong button. Anyway, there is a Chronos time skip, but the more you come back to the game and the more you keep rebreeding, the better off you'll be, and the higher your chance is going to be of getting that legendary dragon. So, do you think the RNG gods are going to be kind to us this time? Do you think they will do it? Let's do one more breed. No. But, you know, sometimes you might get it on your first attempt, sometimes it might take 30 attempts, sometimes it might take 200. It is down to RNG, but that's why it's important to use the breeding combinations that give you the best chances or allow you to rebreed as often as possible. For example, look at the difference here, a 24-minute breeding time versus a 12-hour breeding time. Of course I'm going to pick the 24-minute breeding time. Now, you don't have to use your double egg relics, especially since there's such a high chance with the tribal and plant combo, but if you do want to get it out of the way before next week, which is when the castle event starts, I highly recommend that you, if you've got a lot of relics available, use them now. But moral of the story is rebreed, rebreed, and rebreed. That's what I'm going to do. I tend to get the legendaries in my first sort of 3 days, but you might be luckier than me, you might be less lucky than me. But that is how you can get your hands on the Moon Dragon and potentially help you finish off part of the Fates of Autumn collection and get Arcana in the end. But anyway, if you do need any other tips or advice, of course you can ask in the Discord server, but if you follow everything that I did or explained to you today, that's all that you can really do with breeding. There's no like super crazy XD strat that you can do to guarantee a breed at this point in time, especially if you don't have that special lucky breeding, which I don't right now. So all I can do is wish you the best of luck. I hope that you have the dragons available to use these breeding combinations. I hope you get your hands on this legendary boy. Okay, I lied. One more. One more. I feel like a gambling addict. Just one more. Just one more. Come on, game. Hear my cries, my pleads, please. No. Well, that is the way that the cookie crumbles. Maybe next time.